Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. It's time to review the latest horror movie that just came out last night, and that is Passenger. I don't think you want to pick this guy up in the middle of the highway.
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. Now, Passenger is a 2026 American supernatural horror film that was directed by Andre Overdahl. It was written by Zachary Donahue and T.W. Burgess. Now, the film stars Jacob Scipio, I believe I pronounced his name right, Lou Lobel, Melissa Leo, and Joseph Lopez. Now, in this film, after a young couple witnesses a gruesome highway accident, they soon realize they did not leave the crash site alone, as a demonic presence called the passenger won't stop until he claims them both. Oh boy. Now, horror fans, when it comes to horror films, there is a subgenre that doesn't get any attention from horror fans, and that is the haunted highway horror films. Now, the basic premise is that you take a person or a group of people who are traveling on a deserted or isolated highway where they're being pursued by a demonic energy, dynamic, demonic entity, or a psychopathic madman. Now, we've seen plenty of horror films that use this particular premise, such as the 1986 horror film The Hitcher, Route 666 in 2001, Windchill in 2007, and Hush in 2008. I mean, even legendary filmmaker Steven Spielberg's first film that he directed uses this premise with his 1971 film Duel. Now, all these films combine isolation with supernatural artistic forces, taking what should have been a nice and joyful ride turned into a nightmare for the people who are involved. So, Norwegian filmmaker Andre Overdahl brings us his latest project and entry into this subgenre in horror, what he calls Passenger. Now, in this film, we're introduced to Tyler and Maddie, a young couple who, for some reason, decide to pack up all their stuff, put it in storage, leave their apartment in Brooklyn, travel around in a country in a minivan. 6 weeks later, after stopping and around the shoreline, they witness a car accident in the middle of the road where the victim dies in horrific fashion. I mean, really horrific fashion. Soon after that, strange things start to happen to Manny and Tyler as they continue their travels until they learn that they are now haunted by a dynamic entity known as the passenger, and they are his next victims. Now, I'm sure that when watching the beginning of this film, some people will be getting Gaddy Patino vibes, as this film has a similar premise of what happened to Gabby and her fiance, Brian Christopher Laundrie, back during 2021. Definitely got those vibes when I first saw the film. I'm pretty sure you probably get that too. Now, as we've seen before in his previous film, Andre does a good job on how well the film looks, taking advantage of the isolation roads where Tyler and Maddie travel. Those really dark, isolated roads where the only thing you see are the headlights on the asphalt. You know, riding comfortably in the van, wherever it is. We get to see that in the beginning of the film. We see it throughout the film. Such isolation creates a great atmosphere for this particular film. As we see in other of his films, he does a great job of how the film looks. Now, Andre does a nice trick with the camera at one point of the film, allowing the audience to feel what Maddie is feeling. As we all know, something evil is stalking her and Tyler. It's a nice camera trick that I thought plays very well. Something that I have not seen before in a horror film before, and I really like what he does in that particular scene here. Andre also doesn't rely on cheap jump scares as well, allowing the tensions to build before the entity appears, whether in front of or behind Manny and Tyler. Now, while the film looks great, great cinematography, it really doesn't add anything new or different to the Sun genre at all. It's stuff we've seen before in other films, so that's one problem that I do have with the film. It doesn't add anything new or different. What we see in this film, we see before in other films as well. No, I do like the fact that screenwriter Zachary Donahoe and T.W. Burris tried to add some religious background and Normandic folklore that we see in the film, especially when it comes to who or what the passenger really is. I really thought that was a great way how they combined those particular elements when it comes to the religious aspect of what's happening in the film and the folklore that they use when people who live that nomadic lifestyle in this film. I like how they combine those elements in the film, and I thought they did a good job in doing that. Unfortunately, it doesn't help that we don't get any type of character development between Tyler and Manny. Only that they're another attractive couple getting spooked by a demonic entity that we've seen before in plenty of horror films like this one. Don't get me wrong, there are some small attempts of character development that occurs early in the film and happens in the middle of the second act of the film, especially when it comes to Maddie's reason on whether she really wanted this type of lifestyle based upon her background. But unfortunately, it looks like the film never really explores it. It looked like Zachary and TW really didn't explore that aspect of the film. I think that's an important aspect when it comes to Maddie, but we really don't get to explore it, so we really don't know. Now, both Jacob Scipio, known for his role in the last two Bad Boy films, if you recognize him, he's the son that Will Smith's character didn't know he had, and Lula Bell, they're okay as Tyler and Manny. You're your typical young and attractive couple who do enough in the film that a script allows them to do. Nothing great or fantastic, but they're adequate. They're okay. Now, I will give credit to Joseph Lopez, who does a good job as a creepy looking entity known as a passenger who can be frightening at times and does present the type of danger to Manny and Tyler that you need for a film like this to work. For me, another problem that I have with this film comes with the third act as we get the so-called final confrontation. When that goes down, it's like we've seen this all before in other horror films. There's really no stakes that are raised. There are some creepy moments that happen in the particular film, but it's just your by the number standards final confrontation act. Nothing really great happens in the film that we haven't seen before. So despite some cliche moments and a very predictable third act, Andre's latest horror film was good enough to pass the smell test for me, as we get some nice acting from the lead actors, some creepy moments with the passengers, and some nice gore effect as well. I really like the film. It's not great, but it's good enough. So I'm going to give Passenger 3 out of the miser's 5 lucky gold coins. Just like I said before, it's not great. It's good enough. Like I said, we get some good acting, some nice gore effects, some nice, interesting aspects when it comes to who or what the passenger is. Like I said before, it's good, not great. Yeah, if I were you, I might just wait for this to come on stream. I don't think I will pay any money for it because trust me, it's not obsession. So there you have it, horror fans. That is my review and video for Passenger. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and share. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Have you seen Passenger? What you thought about it? Leave your comments in your comment section below and tell you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell. That way, we notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember, horror rules. And I see you in my next video. Guys, stay safe out there.